Hi guys, my name is Mark, and if you like to bang, you need this one. Let's go. So this one is the Focus 3. What is the Focus? Focus is basically the cloth-pad edition pads made by FNATIC. Basically, FNATIC was an org, or is an org, of professional esports, or for professional esports, with a lot of brands like Dota, CSGO, and whatever. So they're pretty much known for being in the competitive esports scene with a lot of gamers, with a lot of titles, with LEC championships and other stuff. So, well-known esports brand is producing a product. Can it be good? It can, and it is, because FNATIC has a long-term or a lot of experience in producing gaming peripherals. They already have done headsets, mice, keyboards, and pads. The last pad I was reviewing, or I reviewed, which was produced by FNATIC, was the Dash, the XD, so the extended desk size version, which was very huge, had like very huge hybrid pad. I think they called it the F13 Surface, which was basically a synthetic fiber woven like comparable with an aqua control pad in black. It was pretty big, was 4mm thick. It's very, very high quality. It has had a high quality stitching already at this time. It is a very low wear down, so it's very consistent over a long time of usage. It's very good washable, cleanable, and I know people who still use it like after 6 or no, it must be longer. Yeah, 6 or 8 months. They just wash it from time to time, and it still feels the same, like on day one. So FNATIC Dash was a very good hybrid pad, and now FNATIC updated the Focus series. Focus are the cloth pads of FNATIC, and I have the Focus 3 here. They have claims like esports, or they call it esports flags. They say 2 world finalists in League of Legends, 7 LEC champions, 3 major wins Counter-Strike, 4 years SEA #1 on Dota. That's pretty huge, pretty impressive. All gaming titles have a huge industry, a lot of very insane players, and a lot of attraction. So if you buy this pad, I think, or you think, can it be good? Because they're doing esports. Yes, it is good, and I explain you why. These guys have a very unique site. Basically, the Focus 3 in 3 sizes is only available on their own page. It's not on Amazon. The one on Amazon is the old Focus. I checked it out for you because I was a little bit like, I don't know, where should I order? And it was unclear for me from where these guys were sending, but they sent it for €7 in the whole EU, so it was no problem. I think it came from, maybe from London. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest, and I did not track it. But it was here very fast, like 2 days, for €7, and the basic price of the desk size edition, which I have here, which is kind of big, which is like 950 millimeters to 450 millimeters and 4mm thickness, is only €20.99 in Euro, and that's an insane competitive price, guys. If we compare it to smaller pads, which may 4mm thick, for example an EBA, which will be sold on Max Gaming in some weeks, which you can pre-order right now, it's nearly €45. If you compare it to the Eclipse I was reviewing some weeks ago from Odin, it's also round about 25 plus €12 shipping. So basically, smaller cloth pads are more expensive, but are they better? I don't think so, because for me right now, even though I already have some other very high rated, very important pads of the year here, which I have not reviewed so far, but which I have tested and compared already, I can tell you this one here is right now the #1 cloth pad I have here out of like the 110 pads I have here, that's it, that's the pad. And I explain you why. It's not only the price and the size, it's the quality, guys. The quality, in my opinion, for 30 euro is unmatched. I just start for you with the backside. The backside is the normal rubber, you know, with the arrows. For people who are frequently on this funny channel here, which is very entertaining, by the way, because I'm a very good pad rubber masseur. Looped. Oh no, sorry, something else. You know, my IKEA desk is the most slippy one on the whole internet and on every hub, YouTube, and yeah, but the pad sticks on my on my desk. That's okay. On your desk, it will stick insane, cause the rubberized bag is very good made, very soft. You notice that's the high standard right now. Nearly every pad has it. But one thing not every pad has is a thickness of 4 millimeter and an edge stitching and micro edge stitching, which has this quality for this low price. So as you can see, the stitching is very, 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 very high quality, to be honest. And I'm very impressed of the stitching for the price, because I have nothing comparable. Even the new stitching from X-Ray Pad is not that good, to be honest, even though they are producer and seller themselves. So that's one of the best stitchings besides the Razor Strider and the stitching from Artisan I have here right now. Razor Strider stitching is more broad, so it's more flat into the pad. So it's like, I think it's double the size. Also the edge lid is as double as long as this one, but it's also a little bit harder, to be honest. This one here, it's like, it's so good rounded. It's totally even with the pad, and the roundness and the way it is made, the amount of weavings or of fiber which is used, the mass makes it very soft, very round feeling. So like there's no way it will distract you. It's like, it's awesome. It's like, even if I do it on the desk edge, it's super good. It's not rubbing up your hand or arm or whatever. Also, keep in mind, there's nothing comparable right now for this money. And then they made this surface. It's cloth. Yes, it's cloth. If you have a fluid or liquid which is dripping or contacting your cloth pad, this one, you can still like swoosh it away very fast. But if you push it down, for example, or you give it a lot of time to let it sink into the pad, it will do this, because it's still an uncoated cloth pad. And to be honest, and to be fair, that's because these guys looks like they have a very good, or found a very good company who's doing this pad for them, and they're using a technique which I know already, but I know it in a different way. They're using a heat technique to like burn the surface, to make it a little bit rougher, a little bit more resistant to water and to abrasion, so to down usage for you, and make it also still cleanable and usable for long term. It's a heat technique which can be or was used up front, that's where I know it from, to give a graphic or a design and colors into a pad, into a cloth or a synthetic pad, by heating the fibers up, giving the color into it, and then let it cool down. It's a heat transfer, color heat transfer. And basically they do something similar. Some other companies call it vulcanization, but basically they just do, or they heat up the fibers and let them melt a little bit. Maybe you know it from your laces. When you were younger, you burnt your laces a little bit when they opened, you know? So you burnt it and they are closed. Basically, they done something like this, but on an industrial standard. It's basically lace burning on an industrial standard. That's it. They have found a company who's doing this for them, and they done it very, very good. The whole pad feels completely equal. If I hold it for you here, you see it's a little bit shiny. But when you have it and you look into the light, into the shine, you see it looks a little bit rough. It looks like what I told you, like it's a little bit burnt. And you see it, you can see it on the surface when you have the light shining on it. We have managed new light here. I can see it even more now because I have light from different angles, and it's clearly seeable for me. And it's very good. There are other brands who've done this also, but their pads are way rougher. Cloth pads with the same technique, but rougher. I will show in another video. But this one is the better solution for me. If I compare it to the other pad, this one is also the better quality. I think it's the same price. So that's an awesome pad. I played it in Valorant. What the fuck in Valorant? Who's this Valorant, man? It's like, you know, if I reached Valorant Immortal once, and it was like, I was glad I never need to play the game again. It was just for me to show that a 36-year-old guy can solo queue to Immortal in Valorant. I've done this once and then I just deleted the shit. So in Apex I tested it, and in Kovacs I tested it with my Soundkönig, and I tested it also with the Hati. Pretty solid pad. You have a decent glide, a decent stop. The friction in general is totally unique. Both axes, epsilon and x, are the same. There's no difference, and you have a very, very good controllable feeling while it maintains a good glide. So there's not like the friction is too high and it influences the glide, or the glide is too exhausting or the force and the friction is too high to have a constant, very good glide. It's very good, very solid, very linear in every friction section, so it's very enjoyable, totally playable. Sure, it's not that fast as a fast hybrid pad, but it's still not a GP2, for example, or a GSR. It's faster, guys. And then people say, how is it fast like this or this or this? For me, to be honest, it can be only compared with coated cloth pads, because the way they've done this here makes it fast makes it fast in the glide while maintaining a good start and stop. And the only pads I know who are comparable are coated cloth pads. So that's it. So the pad in general is awesome, and there's nothing more to say, to be honest, because I only can tell you, if you seek for a pad with a decent size, which is totally playable, you see I can sit down like here and have it like here and still have one more hand space on the top, which has a decent glide. Here, this is my final mouse with the tiger eyes on it. Look how it glides. Nice glide. Hati with stock feeds. Nice glide. I think for 30 fucking euro on this size with 4mm thickness, 4mm thickness is a price increase in production of 13 to 17% on a big UAM supplier. With a rubber, with a bio rubber, this rubber inside is less, or is a bio one, as they say themselves. So it's the source where they have it out is a good source, not a cheap one. So it's not super cheap produced. It's the same pad for fucking 30 euros, guys. Try it. May you love it. If you don't love it, send it back. But please, guys, try it. Right now, that's the pad which impressed me the most in the cloth surface section of mouse pads for this year. And I don't think there will be, or I hope there's no other pad which will be better than this, cause then I have to make a new review, guys. That's bad for me. So if you have any more questions or I forgot something to mention, just put it down in the comments below and let me know about this, and may I answer the questions. Yeah, I will do, guys. See you on the next video. Bye bye.